Good evening. Welcome back to the Britball finals for the youth under 17 2018, should I say. I'm 10 years behind myself there, James. Welcome back if you joined us earlier on. Welcome too if you're just joining us now. You are joined with myself, George Lees, and of course James Ramsey, a new member to the onside team. How are you doing, James?
I'm warm, but it's been a good day.
It is, as you can see, very, very hot. Hence the hat. I do tend to burn quite substantially, but it is what it is. We have seen a fantastic day of football, both with the plate and the actual Britball final as well. We've seen some outstanding storylines as well. We'll explain those in a second, of course. Great football this afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, we commentated on the plate finals, and it was a hell of a game, especially from Birmingham.
An absolute humdinger. Birmingham winning that one out 44-6. I believe, over the East Kent Mavericks. What a wonderful game that was. So, very, very shortly on this field behind us, we will have the East Kilbride Pirates, who came into this as the number 8 seed, only just making it out of the plate into the Britball final, playing off against Chorley Buccaneers, who have had an outstanding season and finished in the number 2 seed. This is how they got there today. For them.
Well, the passion from the team is clear. When they arrived and they'd set up, they put banners up all along the fence of the 3G field. They were here to play, and they obviously showed that. They knocked out the number 1 seed from the number 8 position, so much competition.
Yeah, and it was a good, solid win for them. Kent obviously travelling quite a fair way out here to Derby. We are at Derby University at their wonderful facilities. East Kilbride also travelling a very, very long way from just below, Hamilton really. If you know where that is, there's only Highland Wildcats who have travelled further. An outstanding travelling team, always have been at youth and junior level, and even the senior squad. Their junior squad stepping into the national semi-finals next week against the Manchester Titans. So they will be looking to get some silverware today for their youth squad to start out this season of playoffs. Interesting fact that over the last couple of years, a Scottish team has won silverware at youth or junior finals, or have been in, should I say, a youth or junior final. Today we've had both Highland and East Kilbride in the national finals, which is an outstanding thing for Scottish American football, that's for sure. Anything to add to East Kilbride?
I think that they look like a strong team. Obviously, they came from almost not even being in the tournament. Then they have beaten the number 1 seed, and they've looked confident all the way through. So there's no reason they can't take this from the number 8 seed, which is amazing, frankly.
Yeah, I mean, they are a very, very well-disciplined team, that is for sure. I've only got experiences against the junior squad who have been outstanding for the last couple of years, and I think it's proven that they've made the playoffs. But their youth squad has also been dominant over the last few years as well. And it's all credit to them, and it explains really why their junior squad's so successful with great players stepping up, and this is what youth is all about, getting guys hooked, and as we mentioned earlier, just teaching them the basics.
Well, I thought earlier when we were watching the play, I thought that we'd seen some amazing football, and then you look at the quality that's in this actual Brit Bowl final, and it's amazing, really. Like, there's no way to separate these two teams coming into it, I think. Yeah,
and Chorley have had a great season. They finished 7-5 last year, making the playoffs this year, and the highest scoring offence in youth football, scoring well over 400 points. That is incredible.
Yes.
Absolutely incredible. They played 12 games, shorter games than junior and youth games. To score that many points in a season is absolutely fantastic. As it looks like somebody's just scored behind us in, I think it's Kent playing Leeds over there. Chorley's defence has not been to slack either, finishing number two behind the Kent Rebels, as they're known, who have also had an outstanding season and, as we said, came in as the number 1 seed. So Chorley, who's your money on?
I mean, there's a bit of Homer in me that says the East Kilbride Pirates are going to take this. I think that there's such a nice narrative there that they come in as the number 8 seed, didn't even almost make it, and then to take it would make my heart beat, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game, that's for sure. So as we said, you can just see the teams warming up behind us. The East Kilbride Pirates just stretching out. Very shortly, we will be joining them. Have you seen anything outstanding today?
I think the athleticism of some of these young players is just outstanding. You're looking at guys who are putting up interceptions and catches that would be respectable in any level of American football. I think the way that these teams have conducted themselves on and off the field today has been amazing.
Yeah, I mean, we saw, if you did manage to catch the plate final earlier in the afternoon, we saw, let's call it a bit of a tiff, a little bit of a to-do right at the end, but two players went over, they had a bit of a scrape, shaking hands, and I think at this level, and applaud from all around to see that kind of sportsmanship from young men, and I think that's great to see.
Well, yeah, I think it was just a bit of frustration, I think, on his side, and he stood up and he sort of dusted himself off and went, I didn't really need to do that, and immediately walked over and shook the guy's hand. So yeah, it was lovely to see.
I think that is absolutely fantastic to see. Of course, talking of athleticism, we witnessed some great plays by the Lions in that plate final, with Xavier Garnsey catching a wonderful fingertip grab to take that into the end zone, and a number of pick sixes and some great defensive play by the Lions as they romped to victory, I think is fair to say. So, what are you expecting to see in this final?
Well, I feel like whenever I talk about what I think is going to happen, I always put a curse on it.
Right.
So I'm just going to say nothing. But
you can't say nothing. You can't say nothing.
I do think it's going to be a close game. Although I want East Kilbride to win, I do feel like Chorley are coming to this very strong. So.
Yeah, be very interesting to see. Chorley, as we've mentioned, the strongest offence in youth football, and the Pirates. The Pirates, an incredibly disciplined team that will know exactly what they're doing. Just many whistles going on around us. I do apologise as we try and locate and find out what's going on. So, just if you are joining us now, expecting to see the kickoff, we are running slightly late as the teams have requested an extra 10 minutes. As you can tell from my hat, obviously, as I've already mentioned, it is very, very warm. They needed some extra minutes to give these guys some breathers, really, and rightly so. And I think it's going to make for an it's going to be more exciting, that's for sure. I'm trying to get my words out. I'm so excited.
But no, I agree. I think this is going to be. Well, as I said, it's going to be the epitome of what we've seen all of today. It's going to be an amazing game.
So for youth, those of you that joined us earlier will know a bit about the game, and for those of you just watching at home, youth is slightly different in its format, as is junior playing 9v9 as opposed to 11v11 at senior. Youth plays with a 5v5 format on a smaller field. I would hazard a guess, probably the same width, but, well, the length is the width and it's not very wide. I should really have the exact measurements, but there we go. They play a different style. It's not 4 quarters. It is 2 halves, 2 15-minute halves with a 5-10 minute break in between. I suspect they'll give them a little bit longer here this afternoon with the impending heat. They don't have a kickoff. No. Special teams is non-existent, but they start from their own 5-yard line and move the ball forward. 4 chances to get over the half. It's proven to be a great way of getting players into the game. We've got 33 youth teams here in the UK this year, which is great to see, and an ever-growing league, that is for sure. Russ Hewitt, I spoke to earlier today, looking to see increased teams at both youth and junior level, aiming for, well, I think he said something 30 plus at the junior level in a couple of years, and youth, with it growing as rapidly as it is, I don't think he can put a number on it at the moment.
No, well, I mean, we said earlier when we were talking about the plate finals, the more people that play, the better the sport gets, no matter what level you're at. So we can only hope for better and for more.
Yeah, absolutely. And youth, whilst people tend to argue, is 5v5 really productive? I think for youth, it's just about getting these guys hooked on football. And I've spoken to players today, I've spoken to coaches today, and they say, oh, I absolutely love playing youth. And we've had a few junior guys that I've come across over the last few years that have said to me today, they've come down to watch and said, I really miss playing youth. And some of our guys, our cameramen, have spoken to 1 or 2 people, and they've had the same response. And I think that's a wonderful thing, not just for young players, but for football in the country. And that sustainability seems really, really positive at youth levels. And I don't know if you've seen them, but the GB youth and junior team coaches have been walking around today.
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of eyes looking sideways to make sure they can scout for the future.
Yes, very much so. So we are about to kick off with the coin toss. So, well, we don't have a proper kick-off, do we?
No.
We are just about to have the coin toss, so we will shoot up to the booth and you will join us in a minute.
East Kilbride have won the toss and will start on offence.
So as you can hear there, East Kilbride starting with the ball. They're going to start on offence, and it's looking to be a competitive game. East Kilbride in the black tops and red trousers, and Chorley in the red tops and black trousers.
You may notice that our down marker isn't quite set up. You may notice that our down marker isn't quite set up for youth football just yet. I would suggest at home that you follow just the downs, first, second, third, and fourth. The 10 doesn't really work out. There are no yard markings on the field, and as we've just mentioned in pre-show, it is just to the halfway line to get that first.
Yeah, the East Kilbride Pirates are going to be starting. They've not put up too many points today, not as much as I would say Chorley has done, but they're definitely going to be. I think they're going to be bringing a strong passing game. They've got a big centre there, number 91,
Yeah, he is. I've been informed he is a man to watch out for today. I know that GB coaches have been looking at him as East Kilbride have a poor start to the game, actually, and a big hit. Are they going to call him for a safety? Chorley are calling for it, that's for sure. That young coach down there, Tom Salerno, 24 years of age, head coach of the Chorley Buccaneers. I say joins me in the ranks, but I'm no longer a head coach, as being one of the young guns in the sports now. And that is wonderful to see, and what a great day for him, bringing this team all the way to the Brit Ball final. East Kilbride lining up for their second down of the game, as they look to run with that lead block. And this has been a really productive play. There is a flag on the field, a really good play for them throughout the day with number 10 of the Pirates running the ball. That looks like Robbie McGregor.
And it's, as you say, it's been a productive day for both of these teams. I feel like they're going to be holding
During
things
the
till
run,
this game.
holding, 21 on the defence, 10-yard penalty, still second down.
Speaking of holding,
So that will be a defensive hold by the sounds of it on Chorley's 22. Although I don't think I've actually got a Chorley 22. But the official calls it. I'm sure he said 22. I'm not going completely.
24.
Oh, apparently he said 24. Our cameraman correcting me as usual.
So that's Isaac Foster.
So it will be a repeat of second down, and that will give East Kilbride a good chunk of yardage there as they motion across the field. And looking for that pass. That was a nice pass, and he's just going to come up short by the looks of it. And what a great way for them to start. It does look like there is laundry on the field.
Yeah, it was a bit of a clumsy start there from East Kilbride with their that fumbled snap, but definitely those penalty yards and what seems to be quite a solid run-pass game could make this interesting.
See what
Illegal formation on the offence, only one player on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
So that will remain second down, and that holding call from earlier will be reduced to nothing.
So yeah, East Kilbride showing they've got a strong run and a decent pass game. Let's see what they go for this time.
And that is that run again with the quarterback lead blocking. He's got a nice lane up the middle, and he is going to come up short again of that halfway mark.
Essentially where he was before, so not much has changed with both of those penalties, really.
No, but a wonderful, wonderful run from number 80 there, Greg Black, for the Pirates. We'll see what they come out with on their third down attempt.
And this is part of the game that you don't see at the other levels, where the quarterback is throwing heavy blocks. He's not just getting in the way, he's actually putting himself in harm's way, as it were. We'll see if they go for the runner pass here again.
And it is going to be another run this time, and it's Black again carrying it. He has got that first down. No flags on the field that time round.
Nice chunk of yardage afterwards as well. He's going to put them in good position for this next drive. They've only got...
There you see it just on that replay there. Quarterback trying to find some work for himself. And I think at youth level, well, some people argue it doesn't teach the quarterback a great deal, in that if a man comes around the side, they just move to the right. And they don't quite have the same footwork, maybe. It certainly gives them a tough edge and that extra ability to go and make a punch, and I love to see that toughness in a quarterback.
And as they get back to the line now, we're going to be expecting a pass here.
Oh, a little bit of confusion. A big sack by Chorley's number 99, that big man, Tyler Harvey Fallows, and he came absolutely thudding through, straight through the block, confusion in the backfield, and down he goes.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what was happening there. The running back just sort of
I don't think East Kilbride knew what was happening there.
The running back just sort of stopped and watched the nose tackle run at his quarterback.
A little bit of confusion maybe with the play call, but we will see what they can muster up this time.
Right, well, play begin. There's going to be a pass. That nose tackle is a monster.
He is an absolute monster.
ran through 2 players there on his way to the quarterback and forced the throw out to the sideline.
That will bring up 3rd down with an incomplete pass. So let's see if these Pirates can right the ship on this play.
Very nice.
I apologise for all the people at home. If you may have noticed, they have the Buccaneers and the Pirates. So any seafaring puns, as far as I'm concerned, are fair game.
We've got a change of centre here from the East Kilbride Pirates.
Another running play. Oh, step 1, step 2. Oh, nearly made it through the 3rd, and a wonderful tackle there. Chorley's number 96 wrapping that up. That looked like Brandon Price. I have been told by the Buccaneers that I am allowed to get in, and yourself, of course, some seafaring puns. They're expecting it very much so.
Well, I think this could be another game that's just decided by a very, very strong nose tackle. I mean, Chorley have come out. Well, number 99 for Chorley is just. He's just come out the starting blocks just on fire.
Yeah, he is a big boy, that Harvey Fallows. We saw it in the earlier game, if you did watch. Lyons also having a big nose tackle.
Who also wore 99.
Yes, he did also wear 99. I mean, 99s all around. Everybody loves a 99.
Especially in this heat.
Oh, in this heat, absolutely.
So, pre-snap, everything looks fine.
So nice snap this time. East Kilbride looking for the pass. And it looks like they're going to give him the score.
What a
Catches
pass.
it in the closest, nearest corner of the end zone to take it over to put the Pirates 6-0 up.
And I have to say, from all the talk I was saying about 99 getting the pressure on there, the centre and the running back there made sure there was nothing touching their quarterback on that play. It had oodles of time to get that off.
Absolutely, and it was a great pass by Logan Gallagher on a line, and a wonderful, wonderful start. That to me looks like they're lining up for 1 point.
That's correct.
And it is stuffed. So if you were watching earlier, the other difference to the game is that much like the junior levels, you get a 1 and 2 point option. That was, of course, no good. The 1 point option, lining up about 5 yards out, is a pass-only option.
Correct.
With another option, the 2 point option, being slightly further back, and that is a run or pass option for the team to choose. We saw everybody go for 2 points in that plate final. That's the first 1 point of the day that we've seen, but it was no good. Chorley lining up on their own 5-yard line to start on their first possession of the game, and another fumble, which is interesting. We'll see who comes up with this.
I have to say, I'd like to highlight this quickly. The nose tackle and the centre before the ball was snapped shook hands. What a lovely thing to do before the game starts.
I'm not quite sure. Is that one shaking hands to say, I'm going to beast you all day, or is that, good day to you, sir, we're going to have a cracking time on the football field? I'm not quite sure why either of them would talk like that. You know, I think that was a fairly southern thing to say. But,
it's the heat getting to you.
The heat has already got to me. I am gone past. I am well past. So this will bring up 2nd down, and in East Kilbride fashion, they started with a fumble as well, and a short pickup for Chorley's offense, an offense that has been so dominant this year. That will bring up 3rd down.
And it's going to be a tricky 3rd and 4th down. As I've been known to say, I'd like to see a pass off of this one, because they haven't been able to prove themselves so far that way, and I'd like to see them maybe play with a bit more room, because they're quite stuffy at the moment. Both of their wide receivers line up very close to the centre.
They are playing in a bunch formation, and it is a pass. Oh, and just overthrown by quarterback Harry Coyne. Interesting to note that 8 of these Chorley Buccaneers players won the cadet national final, which is a flag tournament 2 years ago. I believe. I think I was told 2014, 2015. So not too long ago at all. Well, I say that's 3-4 years ago, isn't it? So shows how time flies, and Coyne is looking for a man deep, but got no one. So that will be, I do apologise, the downs weren't changed there. That will be a turnover on downs, but there is a flag on the play.
Holding, offence number 89. Penalty is declined, first down.
So that will be declined.
Apologies for the beeping there. I think that's the ref's whistle. Sorry, the ref's watch even.
The ref's watch going off.
Yeah, I mean, number 27 for the Kilbride Pirates, Jordan McSorley, is he's never given up on the play. He gets blocked and he gets pushed around, but he's always hunting for the quarterback. He's making a very good job of being nose tackle today.
Yeah, absolutely. That is great determination. It's what makes the Pirates known across both the youth and junior program, is that never giving up, that tough attitude that they carry. Oh, and that was a nice option, a man straight up the middle, and that looks like number 80, Greg Black, who is going to take it to the house, and he is in for the Pirates' second score of the game, and that was all about deception there. In fact, it lost me because I thought it had been handed off, and I think it might have even lost our cameraman there, and that will put the Pirates up, and you see it there, and that was absolutely fantastic play action across the between the running back and the quarterback, the first receiver, as it were, and a wonderful play by the Pirates.
Funnily enough, I think the only person who noticed the actual handoff was one of the coaches on the sidelines.
Yeah, I think the cameraman, he's just shook his head going, I got it, but by mistake. As the Pirates line up for another 1-point conversion. It's got plenty of time, that's for sure, and it's got a man deep, and it looks like a grab, but it may have been knocked free. No signal yet.
It's worth remembering that whilst the East Kilbride Pirates,
and they have given it no good,
with their big 91, choosing not to use him as a receiver, the centres in this form of the game can receive the ball. But
I have to say, sorry, just looking at that replay, that was a wonderful touch pass into double coverage and a great grab. It wasn't a grab actually, it was no good, but a great attempt to make the grab. But the quarterback doing everything to give his receiver the chance.
So Chorley will be looking to implement that high-scoring offense here on this attempt. Again, oodles of time for the quarterback, but
an easy pass completion. Oh, breaking one tackle. I'm not quite sure Chorley's 26 there was expecting to break that first tackle, Oliver Waugh.
I think he got hit mid-body, and I think as you said, I don't think he was expecting to make it through that. But East Kilbride Pirates slipped off him. And they'll be taking this about halfway into their own half, I suppose.
Looking for that pass, and that is into no man's land that time round, straight into Davy Jones' locker.
Yes, it was overthrown again, and it's not disappointing as such to see this, but I was expecting slightly more from their offense, considering how highly touted they were coming into this game. Obviously, they've not had that many chances yet, but I'm still looking to get something from them. Bit of confusion there from Chorley, but they've lined up now.
See what they can muster this time. He's got a man deep. Oh, and it is dropped as Chorley's number 50, Matt Black. Matt Black, that's a great name. Matt Black doesn't quite bring it in, and you just see it here on the replay. Just a stretch, but a great effort.
Offense number 89. Penalty is declined. Fourth down.
And as you will see there was a flag on the play, and that was declined, bringing up a 4th and long for Chorley Buccaneers.
This is going to be another big ask here from Chorley. They're looking at maybe 15 yards to make on this, but we know they can do it.
Good pressure on the quarterback, and a man open. He's a big boy, and I think I'm not quite sure whether they're going to give it. They have.
The referee
given it as no good.
Yeah.
Just see if we can see it on this replay here. He is a big boy. I wouldn't want to try and stop him. No, his knee is down before he gets to the half. We can't see the cones clearly, but I think the officials may have made the right call there.
I think the ball may have crossed the line before his knee touch, but he was over the end of the line, so I don't think it would have counted anyway. But there was a strong protest there from
Yeah, and I think it would have been well, it certainly was a just protest. They certainly weren't far at all. Difficult for us to see off that replay with so many feet in the way. The Pirates lining up for their third drive of the game, and looking for that running game to work for them again.
It's interesting because these Kilbride Pirates are keeping 3 people in the backfield, including the quarterback, which is unusual. Today we've seen a lot of 3 wide receiver sets, 2 wide receiver sets, but not very often we've seen 2 people in the backfield with the quarterback.
No, absolutely not, but seems to be working for them.
And they'll be looking, well, I'm not sure, because they've had an amazing passing game and an amazing running game so far. We'll see if they're able to pull off some trickery again.
Of course, number 80 scoring that touchdown, the last one, Greg Black. Oh, and that was a nice tackle, although the tackler does seem to be injured and he is down. They will call the medics over, no doubt.
I think he's getting up on his own steam, but I think the referee is slightly worried.
I think he may have taken a shock to the head. We'll just see it on this replay here. See if we can catch it. Looking for that toss, and yeah, I think he's just taken a boot to the head there.
That was a very good play again, though, from number 99, Harvey Fallows, to get off his block and make the tackle. He's a promising young player. Yeah,
I mean it's interesting. The age range for youth is I think it's 13 to 16 and a half actually, but. Or 14 to 16 and a half. There's quite a difference in body size, I think it's fair to say. I know, obviously, at junior senior level, you have, you've got your O-line, your D-line, and your running backs and your receivers, and me, who is 5'8" and not very heavy. 5'8" on a good day, I should add. But at this level, there is a vast difference. You can clearly make out who the older players are and the younger guys. But I tell you what, some of these younger guys are tougher than I ever was to make some of the hits that they do. And we saw some fantastic energy in the first game, and throughout the afternoon as well in tackling and enthusiasm that they've put into the game so far.
Well, it's good to see the medical team seem to think he's okay and aren't worried about. I'm
a little surprised. I think they're actually going to keep him out for a play as protocol states, which is fair enough. As East Kilbride will line up for their third down attempt.
And it harkens back to what you said earlier in the plate final, where the importance of these games is the safety of the players, and that's what stops like that do.
No flag on the play. As number 1, Gallagher is looking deep, and it looks like he's got that man Black again for another score for the Pirates. I'm just casting my eye over the field for any flags, but it does look good. So that will put East Kilbride very quickly 18 points up against Chorley Buccaneers, and quite frankly, I think this is a bit of a shock to the youth world, but East Kilbride doing what they can to prove the youth world wrong, that they should have been number 1 seed.
Oh, it makes me so happy to see these Kilbride Pirates winning. I think my Scottish homerism is coming into full effect, and I think they definitely found the X with that one. X definitely marks the spot there for the East Kilbride Pirates.
So they are. That was a pun there. That was a pirate pun. They are going for 2 this time. Oh, and a lofted ball, and pick. I'm not sure he was expecting to do that, but a pick it is.
That was a beautiful moment of where he looked up at it and went, wait, it's coming back down.
He battered that away, and he just you'll see it on this replay here. He actually had great coverage. He was in a great position to make a pick, but just go to bat it down. And, I'll take that, thank you very much. And try to knock some sense into one of the Pirates players. I will knock some sense out of the Pirates players for throwing that, but that will bring up Buck's third attempt on offense. The Pirates 3 for 3 essentially, 3 drives, 3 scores. So we will see if the Buccaneers can do anything here as they look to run the ball, going absolutely nowhere, and that discipline of the Pirates really showing through.
I have to say, the Chorley game plan has changed from earlier. It seems to be they're entirely scheming around stopping Jordan McSorley, number 27, in the nose tackle position, because he's just destroying their centre at the moment. He's just getting around him every time. Like, we're seeing quite a stacked box there, and the wide receivers are actually helping on occasion stop Jordan.
Chorley looking deep, and that was a really athletic attempt to make that grab, and that's the kind of effort you want to see from any receiver, trying to lay out to make it, and we'll see it there. That throw was absolutely on a line, and great diving attempt, and not quite hauling it in, but a wonderful play.
Matt Black there again, making sure he was to the ball to knock anything if it did come his way.
I love that name.
Matt Black, yeah.
Matt Black.
I have to wonder whether Matt Black is related to Greg Black, though. Seems likely. But Chorley now going on their third attempt on this drive. Slightly fumbled snap.
Completion. So just staying in bounds, and a nice pickup to bring up fourth down.
They're in roughly the same position they were in last drive. Let's see if they do anything different from last time.
Sure, whistles all over, but it may well be from a game across.
Yeah, the referees seem content on this pitch. Well, they've brought that much closer than I thought it was. Clearly he stayed in.
I would also agree with you there.
Oh, there's a bit of disagreement from the referees. Is there a flag on the play? Have they been brought back? It's still very unclear. Second down. So
That's the 2-minute warning. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining.
And that was a quick start to the half, but here we go.
So it is still fourth down. They're looking for about 20 yards. Well, 15 probably. But referee just having a word with one of the coaches there, clarifying what happened.
See what they can bring up here. He's stepping back to pass. Pressure coming. And he's got a man. Oh, and it's a grab! What a wonderful grab! Bradley Temple, the man that pulls it in, having that athletic play on the previous play, not quite bringing it in. But you'll see it again here. This replay, nice lofted ball. Gets over the top of the safety. Matt Black rises to the highest point he can. And what a grab. Eyes on the ball all the way in.
I was actually about to criticise the Chorley quarterback there for just going for the long ball and not going for the open man at the halfway, but he made it work. There are whistles blown on this play. Laundry is being thrown. What did they see? I think it was a delay of game.
Right at the snap, false start,
false
26
start,
on the offence. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
And it's those kind of plays, although momentum can quickly swing back the other way with a flag, but it's those kind of athletic plays that can really drive a team forward. And we've seen a couple of teams today go from similar scorelines to win out. I think the Highland Wildcats Eton Jags game was won in a similar boat. We should say the man in the white cap, the head referee, is Liam Wooten today, with Chris Jarvis helping on the sidelines. Leanna Spencer on our sideline nearest you, and well, I can't quite read the writing of our cameraman, James Kilburn. I thought it was an LC. I'm not quite sure where that's from, but Kilburn. So thank you guys for helping out today. I know, like the players, you will have also suffered with this heat.
Timeout, East Kilbride. 1:50 remaining in the half.
That is the first timeout of the half.
So, what do you think Chorley need to do now to
score?
Yeah, obviously.
I think they need to score, and then East Kilbride, with the time remaining on the clock, will get an opportunity, I think, to have another drive, and they need to shut that down. From a Buccaneers perspective, they really need to strap up the bootstraps and really stop that offense moving.
It seems to me that, well, as I was saying, I think Jordan McSorley's causing all sorts of problems, so they need to sort that out first.
And he is looking to pass again. And that is incomplete there on the play, so that will bring up second down.
And as you were saying earlier, George, I'm relatively new to the game, so I apologise if I missed some things. It is you may not have heard of me, but I'm coming to the Jack Sparrow reference at some point. There's a pirate thing in here somewhere.
I'm not quite sure that was a pun, but that wasn't mine. My directors just had a pop shot at James in our ears, saying that was not a pun. That is not acceptable.
Another run to the sideline there.
East Kilbride very quick to get to those sidelines and really stuff this, and surely need to find a way to move this ball. I think there'll be some serious discussion at half time. It will bring up third and long.
Well, whilst this game is possibly unfamiliar to a lot of the people watching who are used to senior games, there are still a lot of strategies that are implemented in senior that are implemented in this version.
Very much so, and you can kind of see the outlines of formations here. We've seen the Pirates running a bit of a bunch scheme to open up with, and and I'm not sure they're going to call. They have called that in, and what a wonderful grab! I wasn't quite sure if he got his feet in bounds, but that is another really athletic play, and you're starting to see now why these guys have been such a prominent offense throughout the year, and we'll see it there. A nice throw by quarterback Harry Coyne. And you look there, and a wonderful, wonderful grab, reaching at the top point of his catch to bring that ball in.
And the referee was very certain he was in. It must have been an amazing toe tap along the sidelines.
Yeah, it looked like number 20, Andrew Carr, that got the grab, but I didn't quite get a clear name for 2 points. And he's got another man in the deep end, and he is in. And that is a 2-point conversion. And that athletic young man, Bradley Temple, strikes again to bring the score to
East Kilbride
18, Chorley Buccaneers.
8 now, I suppose.
It is. I was playing with the score. I do apologise. Me and technology don't quite get on.
But it's exactly what you said. They needed to score. They did. They've converted on 2 points, and now they're only 2 scores behind as opposed to being 3. So there's definitely, and I say only. It seems little to say they're only 2 scores behind, but it's considering they're able to convert on that 2-point attempt, it puts them in good stead to continue.
It wasn't impossible for Jack Sparrow to raise the Black Pearl. Let's see if Chorley can get into this game.
God damn it. I don't think I'll ever be able to compete with you on a...
Nobody ever can.
On a
Nobody ever can, but these guys have shown us I'm really impressed with the passing form, actually, and that was a low snap and actually fumbled, and Black picks it up, and he is doing bits here. What a great run off a fumbled snap, really, to pick that ball and have the awareness to find a seam, and he has really, really shown his mettle today.
Well, illegal advance on the offense. Lost it down a previous spot. Second down.
Now, that's an interesting flag. That's a new one to me. I think that may be an exclusive youth rule. It's not something I've come across.
I've not heard about it before, but it's going to undo Matt's hard work.
I'm not sure that. I think that was Greg Black there.
I apologise. One of the Blacks.
So we've just been informed by our cameraman, who has got a bit more knowledge of the youth game, to add that if it's a fumbled snap, you have to, and it goes forward, you have to pass it to someone else. So if you recover it yourself, you need to pass it on to someone else. So thank you for clearing that up. I hope our explanation was clear, but I'm not convinced it was. That will bring up third down, and another nice chunk picked up by the East Kilbride Pirates running game there.
It's also worth mentioning that even in this extreme heat, there are players who are playing both ways at the moment, putting their absolute all on the line to get this championship.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt Black being one of them. And I think they have given him the first down there. we will see if these Kilbride Pirates can do anything before the half. Need to, or I think they'd like to get another score to try and put this one to bed before they head in.
I do wonder how many people, aside from these Kilbride Pirates fans, when this game started, would have put money on them to win it all.
I wouldn't have put money on it to be as far apart as it was, and that's a great cutback by Black, and he looks to take it. Oh, and he nearly broke that final tackle, but was taken down, and another great pickup by the Blacks.
Yeah, it's just cut back, very nice.
Yeah, great running there. Just see, nearly keeps his feet there. As one infamous commentator would say, he has stayed on his feet, but he didn't quite manage it. Sorry, still on his feet. I've shot that one.
Timeout, East Kilbride. 10 seconds remaining in the half. That's their second and final timeout of the half.
So yeah, EKP here going to be looking to get one final, maybe two final plays in before the whistle's blown for half time. But they're close enough, I think, where they could get it in from a throw. Oh, they have a very good run game. Matt Black's shown that. It is going to be a pass, though. He's got time.
A man wide open, and that is Black's third score of the game. Greg Black taking it in once more. And that will put the Pirates 6 points up, and the Buccaneers certainly didn't want to be allowing that.
Well, that play was only possible because of the centre. Jonathan Letham gave him so much time to make that. He was able to scan the field 2 or 3 times before seeing that Greg was wide open on the left-hand side. They are only going to go for one again. They're playing conservatively. They want these little points. I think they probably think that they're worried surely could get back into this, and maybe rightly so.
Looking for that pass. Oh, and incomplete. So that will be no good. As we mentioned earlier, we had a bit of an unusual flag. I'd just like to repeat what the rule is. The quarterback in youth cannot advance past the line of scrimmage. The quarterback is described as the first player to gain control of the ball after the snap, which is what I tried to get across, but not very well. So thank you both to our cameraman and our director from afar, Mr. Steve Matthews, for executive producer, apparently. I don't want to wind the wrong people up.
Misappropriate someone's title.
So Chorley will get one final chance, I would think, before the half. Should point out that the Pirates are 4 for 4, 4 offensive drives and 4 touchdowns. This will be the Bucks' 4th attempt.
If they want anything from this, they're probably going to have to do it on this play.
They will certainly need a score to get into the game, and that is a pass to the centre, that big man. And he really is a big man. And it was. It will now be second down. And
that's the half called.
As you rightly say, James, that is the half called. If you are looking at your screens at home, I should say we've taken the down yardage off now, so it makes it a little bit confusing. We're not in the first and second halves at the same time. The symbol on your left, the first, is the half, and the symbol on your right is the down marker. So that is half time. Interesting.
Yes, well, it's obviously not been quite the contest we thought it would be. Obviously, we thought Chorley were going to come out and blow us away with their offense, and towards the end there they did, but at the start they just looked sluggish almost.
East Kilbride Pirates really playing very disciplined football so far, and they'll look to keep that going forward, I am sure. You leave us here at half-time 24-8, and we will join you in around about 5 minutes. So you may have missed some commentary there over those last couple of plays. A quick third down is where we're at. Surely looking to pass a deep pass, plenty of time. He's got Temple open, and he's got the first and a little bit more. And that man Temple, that connection has been a good one between Harry Coyne and Bradley Temple. So that will bring up a first down. We are, of course, in the second half of the game.
But it's a great start for Chorley. It's what they need. They need to come out strong, and they're definitely making sure that number 27, Jordan McSorley, is handled.
And Coyne looking to pass again, and he's got that big man. He's thrown.
That was actually very lucky. It bounced off the helmet of number 89 and into the arms of number 99.
He's another completion though as they march down the field, and that'll be second down.
Yes, the Chorley Buccaneers are definitely sailing through the defence of the East Kilbride Pirates at the moment.
That was smooth. That one was smooth. I'll allow that one.
Thank you.
Coyne again looking to pass, and he's got that 99 as he absolutely clobbers through, and that is a score. Boom goes the dynamite, boom goes the gunpowder, and boom goes Chorley Buccaneers. What an absolute play.
He was just out in the middle of nowhere, saw the end zone and just knew he was going to get it.
Watch it here. An absolutely monstrous player. Bang! Down goes one. Here he goes for more. And he goes in for the score. And that is that man, Tyler Harvey-Fallows, who has put an absolute effort in on defence for Chorley so far, getting his first touchdown of the game.
He had plenty of time there to find someone, and he has.
That is 2 points for Chorley, as they get a nice completion between Coyne and Temple again in the back of the end zone. So Chorley coming out very, very quickly to make it 24-16.
And it's worth mentioning that this is what the future senior and junior players will start from. This sort of game and this sort of athleticism is to bring into the higher levels of the game. And
I think the effort so far has been absolutely fantastic. Bradley Temple puts a lot of older players to shame, I think, with the effort that he's putting out on the field trying to make these grabs.
East Kilbride with their first offensive player. First offensive play.
Oh, and that is that man Black again. It looks like he's going to go in for his fourth touchdown of the game. I can't see any laundry on the field. And that looks like a very, very quick East Kilbride Pirates score to start out this second half for them.
And that's what, 4 for him?
That is 4 touchdowns for that man, Greg Black, who has been such a dominant force for the East Kilbride Pirates today.
he just always seems to be on his own. He's always making space for himself. He always seems to get himself out in space and just can't be touched.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, hit out of bounds. 37 on the offense. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
That's disappointing for these.
That is
Pirates.
disappointing. That will bring up a first down for the Pirates. 10 yards back.
That makes sure that that Pirate walks the plank tonight.
I've just looked around at some of the spectators. We noticed, or we had a very kind spectator sharing some pirate puns with us that you have stolen, quite frankly. that is plagiarism, piracy, as it were. And Black again, a big run, and he's not quite going to cross that half, I don't think. So, they have actually given it him. So he's fallen just at that half mark. So that will continue as a first down as they cross into the second half of the field.
Couldn't quite see there because, well, I have to say, they've actually spotted that ball short, but they've given the first down. If you look at it from our angle, they've actually spotted it. Well, cameraman seems to think that the nose is touching the ball, but I think, that's very close.
It's very difficult to tell if you are at home. They have a halfway mark. It's not a straight line across the field. It's just two red cones. It makes it a little difficult as Pirates run the ball again. That man Black, and that is another flag on the play. Currently, will be second down.
They clearly put a lot of faith in
another
Black
flag thrown there. It looks like a face mask call from the official running in. We'll see what he says.
Personal foul, grasping the face mask, 26 on the defence. 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
As you heard, that will be a 10-yard penalty and a first down for the Pirates, giving them 4 attempts really for a very short field.
Well, the Chorley Buccaneer there definitely hooked the East Kilbride Pirate in the face there, brought his face mask down. And but the East Kilbride Pirates are in an amazing position now with 4 downs to go. And yes, that was my 3rd pun in a row.
And that is that man Black again, and a clobbering hit to bring up second and short.
Logan Gallagher making sure his running back gets all the room he needs. Look, passes it off, looking for the block, finds it, bash. Very nice. Admittedly, the man he did block eventually made the tackle, but he put in good effort nonetheless. And taking their time. Obviously, they are in the lead, so they're not in any special rush, but
they're only 8 points ahead, though. That's only 1 score. We will see. East Kilbride Pirates looking to pass, and he has got him, man. They've given him the touchdown.
Looks short, doesn't he?
It does look short from where we are, but the official is right in front of the pylon. Hopefully, we've got a replay of that to see whether he was right. So, as you see there, just cuts back. Receiver just cuts back.
His feet must be in.
And his feet certainly were in, but the officials have called it. And I'm not going to argue with the officials. I'm not a coach anymore, or currently a coach, so I have no need to do that today. We'll put East Kilbride 30 as they go for... and it's a grab, but it is no good. He has come up short on that play. So that will put East Kilbride, so keep East Kilbride to 30. Chorley Buccaneers 16.
Well, the Buccaneers and the Pirates have been dueling all game and just going end to end, making sure those tries get converted. But as you said, Chorley were only 1 score behind. They've been converting on their extra points, which East Kilbride Pirates have not as much really. And if that comes down to it, I think Chorley's discipline and extra points is what could possibly let them back into this game.
Absolutely. So we'll see what Chorley come out with on their 6th offensive drive of the game.
Chorley are just having a change, well, not having a change, they're having a bit of a switch around at wide receiver, see if they can find something different they couldn't before. Big number 89 still at the front though.
Coyne will be going under centre. Oh, and it's a bad snap, and I think the Pirates have picked that up. And that will be a turnover.
You can see the frustration for the Buccaneers. They know that they needed this, and it's just been looted from them.
Pirates very, very quick to get on this. We've got a slowed down version of the replay, but even then, he looked very quick to get that ball.
So yeah, the Chorley are going to have a bit of an uphill struggle now at this point.
Yeah, I think that's for sure. East Kilbride 30 points, 14 points ahead of Chorley in very, very strong field position.
Let's see if East Kilbride are going to they look quite spaced out. Yeah, they are going to go for another run.
Oh, and
big
that was
91.
a big man making
Still
a big hit.
Still
He's going to come up short. And that big man, number 91, Jonathan Leatham. Oh, and actually, it looks like one of the Pirates, the Buccaneers players are down. Can't quite get a number, but his body seems mostly fine. I think it's another headshot that they're concerned about. Yes,
you can see in the replay there, number 1, Logan Gallagher, was almost trying to drag him over the line, but well, hopefully he's okay. He seems to be quite cognitive, talking to people.
Yeah, great determination though from those Buccaneers defenders to take on a man far bigger than themselves and bring him down short as well. It will be, when we return, a second down attempt for the Pirates.
And Chorley do need to stop this here. If they have any hope of getting back into it, going 3 scores down again takes all of their progress that they've made in this second half away from them.
Yeah, absolutely. And they are, as you say, only 2 scores down at the moment. It's still a very competitive fixture.
I'd be inclined to say that if Chorley do get in the position to score again, they are going to have to go for these 2-point conversions to have any hope of winning the game.
See what the Pirates come out with this time.
It's good to see number 32 working off his own volition. He's going to sit out for a play, as we mentioned his protocol earlier.
Pirates lining up with 1 running back and 2 receivers to the right. They look into the end zone. It is another score for the East Kilbride Pirates. Number 44, Guy Schaefer, taking that into the end zone.
And that's obviously going to disappoint Chorley. They thought when they came out in the second half, I thought they were looking explosive, but they seem to have settled back into their first half form a bit defensively, and they've slacked a bit now. But it's going to be important they stop this conversion again, because at the moment they are only 3 scores down. But if they get the 2 points, it could turn to 4.
Is a conversion, and that is Schaefer getting that grab again.
So with these Kilbride Pirates 21 or 22 points up now.
Still a 3-score game.
Yes, they will have to convert on all of their 2-point conversions, which we've seen a mixed bag in this game. In the plate final, it was very much so that Birmingham Lions couldn't convert 2 points at all, really.
I think out of all the attempts they had, I think they got 2.
Which, when they scored 44 points, means there's
quite a lot of drop points.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. But East Kilbride, 6 offensive drives, 6 offensive scores. So great offensive work from them so far as Chorley take over for their 7th drive of the game. And really going nowhere on that play.
I liked the idea of the play. It's just that they're so close to the centre that there's no running room for him to go forwards. By the time he's actually been handed the ball, he's being pushed back by the centre. He's being pushed back by that number 27 again, Jordan McSorley.
And a wonderful play by that man. That will be second down. See what they come out with. I think there's a little bit of confusion there by the officials.
They're just waiting for
I think there's an ambulance. I think something has likely happened on one of the far fields, as you can or will have seen. We've got a number of games going on around the final. All teams that have come today have got 3 games. They are, of course, shortened games, but they want to give these guys, Buffer want to give these players as much time playing football as they possibly can. So, and it is a nice pass play as he looks for that big man. He has got the first down, and that is that big man, number 99, Tyler Harvey-Fellows. He's had 1 sack today, he's had 1 touchdown today, and he's got another completion to his name.
He has hurt himself on that play, though. He's put his body on the line for the team, and he tried to stand up there, but he's gone back down quite wisely. There's no need to put more stress
just
on him.
see if we can pick anything up in this replay. He may have buckled a knee there, actually, looking at it.
He does go down quite hard on his left side. Play will be stopped again. Also waiting for some medics to get off the field, but he's actually rolled off. He's trying to get his team started straight away. What an amazing team player.
What a hero. Good effort by the young man. Although I think the officials are still slowing the game so that they can check him out. Yeah,
I think they're taking injury time out there. But yeah, well done from 99 for having the grit to roll off the pitch and allow his team to continue as quickly as possible. Hopefully that means it's nothing too serious.
They are going to be looking for that pass into the back of the end zone, and he's got it.
And as we just saw a replay of the previous touchdown there.
And actually, he's hurt as well. Chorley's number 20, Andrew Carr, the man bringing in that score.
So yeah, we saw the score from number 99 who's gone off injured, and we've just had another score, and that player's injured as well. It really proves these boys are really putting their bodies on the line for their teams.
Absolutely, and it is a long day for these guys. As we say, they all play 3 games. This is the 3rd game. 15-minute quarters, or 15 minutes half, should I say. So that actually equates to more football than a
standard game.
Well, than a senior player would play during one game. That is an hour and a half worth of football minutes.
With some of as I said, with some of these boys playing both sides, that means that some of them are playing so much more football than is expected of them.
We have been informed they are 15-minute halves, but we've not heard anything to the contrary.
It does appear as if that player's been able to make his way off the pitch by himself as well, but the ball is being marched up 5 yards again. Not sure what this is for. Oh, it's for the two-point attempt. Okay,
so currently the score stands at 38-22 as Chorley prepared to take this 2-point conversion. They really need to get this here to stand any chance of staying in the game.
Well, yeah, with this conversion it would draw it to a 2-score game. Without it, it would remain a 3-score game. So as you say, Chorley really need this.
No doubt Coyne will be looking to pass this ball again.
With no man in the backfield, it's definitely looking like a pass. East Kilbride have dropped 4 in coverage. Jordan McSorley's
pressure on, he's passed to that big man again, and he is going to get stopped. Ooh. Well short, and wonderful defensive effort there, and unfortunately he's taken a knock to the knee.
Yeah,
the cameraman, who's got a better vantage point than us as he stood directly in front of us, counted, and I hope you guys counted at home, and you too, James. How many defensive players were on that play?
5.
How many players play on a youth squad?
5.
That is fantastic to see so many players getting to the ball as fast as they did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys getting in on that. And I think if you have an image, if the Pirates win this game today, an image to show, that is the image that you show.
It's a shame because number 89 there, as soon as he hits the floor, he seems in quite a lot of pain. He clutched his knee, and this is possibly a test to how much football these boys are playing. If they're playing so much, injuries do get more common.
I think in that situation when you've got 5 guys coming down at you, and he has just taken a knock to the knee,
The cutting open is lowers. To have a look at it.
He's putting his body on the line, as you've said, and full credit to them.
Well, yeah, they obviously think it's something possibly more serious than we'd like, because they are cutting open as low as I said, and removing the padding to get a better look at his knee. He's not. He doesn't seem to be wailing, but he is. He's obviously in quite some discomfort. And it's a shame to see this at the end of such a great day of football, but it is part of the sport. You can pick up injuries, but these boys are playing in what is probably their most important game so far of their American football lives. So you can understand why they're so keen to try and stay on or try and push through things.
It's interesting to see the teams that have really stepped up this year. We well, as you can see on our screens at the moment, some touchdowns being played back from the game. A lot of them Greg Blacks from the East Kilbride Pirates. Some of the teams that have had massive turnarounds this year. We mentioned Eton Jags in pre-show. They had 2 wins last season, only 2, and they've made it undefeated all the way through up until this finals day. So they've had a great turnaround, and from what I've heard, are becoming an outstanding young outfit.
They're certainly very impressive. They've brought cheerleaders down. They've brought a mascot down.
The mascot! I feel for that mascot in that Jaguars. That Jaguars outfit. When I say Jaguars outfit, I mean he has got a full-on fursuit, big head. You know the job. That man is suffering today. Or that woman, if there's a woman in there. It's I do feel
They're
I do
showing
feel
that
for them.
Eton spirit.
I didn't assume, as our director shouts at me. It's, the Jags have been a real turnaround programme, and have taken their conference crown this year, beating out the Birmingham Lions 3 times, and that was the Birmingham Lions' only 3 losses of the season. Just looking around, the Kent teams have been really prominent throughout. A lot of the south east teams, as it were. We saw the East Kent Mavericks, of course, in the plate final. They missed out on the second straight shot at national final after finishing 12-0 in 2017, but had an opportunity for the plate before being blown out, really, by the Lions. Solon Seahawks, another outfit that's really grown over the last few years, separating not too long ago from the Thrashers to form their own academy. One of the members you may know, Russ Hewitt, who has been a prominent member of the Seahawks for some time, and doing a great job down there. And of course the Scottish teams at this level always doing so well. East Kilbride Pirates, as we've said, well, you can see the score here today, 38-22 as it currently stands. Highland Wildcats as well, an exceptional outfit. Usually the games that decide between who goes through as the top seed in the Scottish area in their conference, it's usually down to East Kilbride and Highland as to who wins and who loses, as to who goes to the plate and who goes to the Britball final. And Leeds Academy, another team that have done a good job today. They made it to the semi-finals, losing out today, but did a great job. And they were the North East champions, finishing 12-0 on their season as well. So some really dominant youth teams this year.
And it can only prove better for the junior game when you've got such talented players coming up through the system and feeding into their more senior teams. And it's just great to see for a sport that is still growing and still getting more prominence and getting money thrown at it now. It's so lovely to see that people are getting involved from a younger age.
Yeah, absolutely. And Manchester Titans really a leading team for that. They've got 2 youth teams this year. Manchester Titans South and Manchester Titans North, who both actually played in the plate tournament this year. They play in the Northwest Conference of the Youth League, and the South finished 6-5-1, and the North finished 7-5. But you know,
so very little to separate the two teams.
Yeah, absolutely. But having two youth squads at any age for a club, and a club with such a prominent junior team as well, is only going to serve as a massive advantage moving forward. They actually play the East Kilbride Pirates juniors next week in the Brit Ball semi-final, and that will prove to be a very, very interesting game.
Just to address the delay slightly, I believe the medics on the field are waiting for an ambulance to become available, because unfortunately the player doesn't appear to be able to move his leg at all. So we're just waiting on that now. But it's been a competitive game, not maybe as competitive as we first expected, but there's nothing out the window yet. And it's still a very hot, long day, and it's only getting longer for these players who, thankfully, are now in the shade thanks to the tree coverage. And if our camera were able to pan to the left slightly, you'll be able to see the lovely flags that the East Kilbride Pirates brought with them all the way from Scotland. Got the Scottish flag flying, a pirate flag flying, and the Scottish lion in between the two of them.
So that's
showing that Scottish pride.
The Caledonian flag?
Yes.
Or the Lothian flag?
Caledonian.
I'm not quite up to date with my Scottish history. And there is the black flag flying. The pirate skull. I love that. I love that flag. That's that's great. And they really do travel with such a great vibe around them. And you know, they never complain. You know, they travel the distance, and they've travelled second furthest, I think. It'd be fairly close between them and Kent, I would think. Kent will have had a fair way up to travel, depending on where they're based in Kent. But it's always good to see how well they travel, and Highland Wildcats as well always do so well as well. We had the unfortunate role of travelling up to East Kilbride last year from Nottingham. It's a nice 5.5-hour trip on the bus in torrential rain.
Good old Scotland proving true.
Yeah,
then.
absolutely. But it was a great trip, great day out, and our players certainly enjoyed it. We unfortunately had the loss, but it is what it is, and that's what you have to do in junior football.
Yeah, just to confirm, the player will be leaving the game. They're just trying to get someone over to him as quickly as they can so they can resume this. Some more medics coming now onto your screen. The other games have concluded as well today. Third and fourth play games, then fifth and sixth play games that were taking part behind the game you were watching. It was the games that allow the teams that didn't make it to the final to still have some good days out, because obviously you don't want to walk away necessarily if you've travelled a long time for only one game.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it's a great tournament that BAFA have hosted today. As we've already mentioned, our thanks goes to the University of Derby, who's kindly hosted us here today. Wonderful facility. Great 4G surface they've got down here, that's for sure. And I think they've done everything to cater. It's been absolutely wonderful. So if you are watching at home today, you can find us at www.onsidetv.com. You may already be watching via that. Alternatively, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Onside Productions. I should say youtube.com, not .com. That would lead for some issues. youtube.com, www.youtube.com/Onside Productions.
You can also follow us on Twitter, and we'd love to see some of your Twitter interactions. If you have any pirate puns, that'd be great. You can tweet at Onside Productions. We are onside, sorry, apologise.
We are onside. So if you are just joining us or just tuning in, you currently see us in a bit of a delay of game with an injured player, one of the Chorley members down. We've not quite got a number actually for you. East Kilbride 38, Chorley Buccaneers 22. We're in the second half, and what will start with the East Kilbride Pirates taking the ball.
So we got some more highlights from the game here. This is Chorley, and that's the play number 89 was injured on. And you can see there he's thrown his hands up trying to get the attention of the officials just to say, I need help. And thankfully, because as you say, the brilliant facilities that have been provided by the organisers, so they were able to get medics to him very, very quickly. I think they're just wrapping a brace around his leg now. But all of the teams staying together, making sure they keep the game plans in their heads. You can see the East Kilbride Pirates off in the distance behind the injured players, still talking to the coaches, still getting their heads in the right mindset. And just slightly off to the left of camera is the Chorley Buccaneers. It's getting to be quite a hot day as the sun shines now into our eyes. It was above us previously.
It is very much beating down. This is an exciting time of year for British football. We've had the opportunity to witness today, obviously, but the GB team have just been out, won a game today, beating Denmark.
Correct.
GB seniors. We are obviously coming into playoff season. That will be very, very interesting. It looks like Manchester Titans may make the playoffs in the Northern Premiership Conference, so that will be absolutely fantastic for them. I'd anticipate the two London teams being there. They usually are. But we will wait and see. Obviously, the junior semi-finals kicking off next weekend as well, with the junior finals, I believe, taking place on the bank holiday weekend, which is the 26th, I might be wrong, 25th, 26th, or 26th,
right
27th, sometime around there. 25th, 26th. And then, of course, the year will be concluding with the Brit Ball final, the senior finals of Division 1, and the senior at... well, actually, I'm not quite sure they've got a location yet, but
not entirely set,
that will actually be the first full weekend in September.
Well, what is definitely confirmed is that on the
interesting
31st,
for onside, the Birmingham Lions women's team will be hosting an international tournament at the end of the month, August 31st, around that time. It's August 31st to the 2nd, in which we will be live streaming that for you. We have had that confirmed by our director today. So that will be very exciting. They've got a hotly contested women's team coming over from America, along with a number of other teams to really put the Lions to the test. And it is going to be an 11 versus 11 format for the women's. You see that in the Diamond Series, if memory serves, where the North take on the South. But it will be the first competition for the women's to take on an 11v11 format, so that'll be really exciting, and the Lions women's, I'm sure, will put on an absolute performance, as they usually do.
Hopefully it's the start of a wider program as well. Hopefully a lot more teams, much like teams getting junior and youth teams, hopefully we'll see a lot more women's teams as well.
Yes, we have seen a number of women's teams form over the last few years, including one here at the University of Derby. I believe Nottingham Trent University are trying to form a women's team as well. You are linked to Nottingham Trent, of course.
Yeah, just graduated but a week ago.
But a week ago. What did you graduate in?
I graduated in broadcast journalism, so as you can see, I transitioned very nicely into my current position.
Some people would argue otherwise, but yes, like you say, the NTU have got a women's team forming, and there's a number of other women's teams up and down the country. Manchester Titans, we've mentioned, have got one. East Kilbride Pirates, of course. And I think it's a really, really growing format of the British game, and I wish all of those teams
forming women's teams all the best, because I think it's really good, not just for the sport, but for women's sport in general.
I think it's also a great way to get families involved, because traditionally if it's a sport, if you have a wife and kids, they come and watch, but now it could be the husband and the kids go down and watch the wife play, or indeed maybe on the same day, which would be a great day.
Very much so. And there's actually Leeds Academy had a young female player not too long ago. I can't quite remember her name, but she's stepped into the women's game at senior level and has played absolutely brilliantly. An absolute baller, really, to say she stepped in. There is no other word for it. She played a year at I think she played youth. She played some years at junior, and she stepped up to senior, and it's been really good to see her progress as well. So again, full credit to the Leeds Assassins.
It's worth mentioning earlier that in the plate games, the Cheetahs, their centre was a girl, and that was great to see.
Yeah, we have seen a number of female players today, and it's really good to see them competing and doing what they do, and some of them are some of the better players on the field at times as well.
Yes, it's very important. Obviously, no one likes the delay. We don't like waiting around, but it's very important that this kid gets seen to properly and that he's able to get the right care. So you'll just have to listen to me and George dither on for even longer.
Yeah, of course. And it's we've got medics here for a reason. It is a collision sport, high impact sport, and these things do happen. All these players do know the risks they take. Still, they all come out and give it their all, and I mean, some of them really put my toughness to shame. Some of the movements, the hits that they've taken have been absolutely colossal.
I remember that when I think we were playing against the University of Nottingham when I played for NTU in my first year. I was lining up at left guard, and the D lineman who was in front of me just absolutely destroyed me. And it's just very, 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 very destroyed on that play.
They initially asked if they moved to the next field over, can we film it? The answer to that is no. So they have to wait for counting, because the stretcher was with that other player, 24, who got hurt. So I think what's going to happen, I haven't spoken to anyone about it.
We looks like there might be a plan, but we're just going to talk to.
We are just trying to find out what is going on. It does appear that it's quite a severe leg injury, possible dislocation, possibly broken leg. So we've been informed we might have to wait a little while longer for the ambulance to arrive, as they had quite a serious injury on one of the far fields. We're just waiting to see what happens, see what we can do. As everybody is very much waiting and eager to get started again.
A referee has informed us it is a meniscus injury, so they can obviously be quite challenging. But
obviously, with this sort of injury, they're reluctant to move the player in question, which is absolutely fair enough. We'll just see what happens here.
Just gonna play it by ear for now. Obviously, the sun is going down, but it's still It's actually getting a bit nippy here, but the sun is very much shining on the middle pitch and across the Derby Sports Centre.
Okay, so we have just had another update. They are going to move across to pitch 2. This will be a little bit interesting because we're not set up to move to pitch 2 as we're very much set up to move and stream off pitch 1. This is an unfortunate situation. We'll try and call it the best we can from afar. We are going to move our sideline cam as far over as we possibly can and zoom in our overcast cam, or broadcast cam as you want to call it, see what we can do. It would this could make for an interesting final, not just from the current scoreline, but from the current from the current situation. So we do apologise, but as James has correctly said, first and foremost today is about player safety. We do not, or they do not want to move that player in his current state. They have to wait for a county ambulance, and I will not fault them for that. I think that is the correct call, and if it means moving over to another pitch, which they have the availability to do, so be it. It's an unfortunate circumstance for the stream, of course, and for you at home, and for the player on the field, but a must is a must, and we will see what we can do.
Can now confirm that number 89 is the injured player, Owen Seddon, and unfortunately he's going to be carted off eventually. But we have moved to the second pitch for now.
So the players, as you can see there from our broadcast cam, are stretching out.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game from the perspective of our cameraman, who's going to have to be on tip-top form to follow it while zoomed in. But I rely on him, and he's a good cameraman, so I trust that he can do it. It's been an interesting day all round. There's been plenty of games for all the teams today. There's been up to four to five games going on at once across 4 to 5 pitches, both on 4G down here and up on the 3G to our right. It's been so many games, so many amazing opportunities to watch young American football, and it's been really nice for me as someone who came into today knowing very little about the youth game, to be able to come here and see some of the best players play, and it's a real treat for me and a privilege to be able to commentate on it. Onsite Productions has been treating me very nicely and giving me many opportunities to hone my commentary game, and I like to think I'm improving game on game, and I like to think that you at home have enjoyed myself and George entertaining you whilst the game has been delayed. I have been told by my producer to hold off on pirate puns, so if you've been missing them, I apologise, but his word is law, and he's very good at what he does. We're just running the cameras to the next pitch now to hopefully give you a better angle of the action that's coming up ahead. The players are still... Well, actually, I think the players have just finished warming up, as I said it. Caster's curse. George is now running back to me at lightning speed.
Surely you have to stay, but...
So,
I got another free pizza.
yes, we've, as you may have heard George say, we've been given a free pizza for the delay.
We can't name the brand of pizza it is, of course, but we're actually going to see if our media powers can move all the spectators off the sideline. Surely, of course, we'll have to be there. We will judge from afar as East Kilbride take on the ball, and it looks like one of the Black brothers, well, I say brothers, we don't actually know.
Yes, true.
With a big run. You may hear me puffing and panting quite substantially as I've just run up and down the hill. My fitness levels are not what they used to be from all the free pizza that I have received as a media self-proclaimed superstar. I'm not quite sure I'm allowed to say that, but but I've said it.
I think other people have to call you a superstar.
It all starts at home. And the East Kilbride Pirates are lining up now for the second down attempt. And it looks like he's crossed the halfway line, and it's a big gain. And he is going to go all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. That is 6 points and another score for one of the Blacks, Matt Black. Matt Black, what a player he has been today.
No rust on East Kilbride Pirates at all. They came out firing straight away from the recommencement of this game. And that brings it 44-22. And surely really need to stop these extra points now.
Absolutely, and they were straight out of the gate after that break.
As you can see in the replay here, he gets almost tackled once, almost tackled twice. And the white helmet there, number 32, is trying to make the play, but just not able to tackle.
And it looks like they have given them the extra point. I'm not quite sure whether it was a 1 or a 2 point attempt from the distance we were at. We'll see if we can get a replay to tell us.
There isn't a replay, but based off, I'm going to hazard a guess at 1. It seems they are in firm lead. They may not need the extra 2 points, so we're gonna say 1 for now. As we say, we've lost some of our viewing capability due to pitch change. So apologies if the score is out by 1. You'll have to find out afterwards.
We will try and do our best to keep everything up to date. We have our sideline cam right on the bottom corner there, in a nice position as Chorley take on first, and it is a complete pass and a big pickup for Chorley on their first attempt. That will bring up second down for them.
And they're utilising that big man, number 37, Sandy Lever, and that they've had that option just to dump it off to the centre quite a few times. And I don't know why that's whether because East Kilbride prefer to drop into coverage to stop the long pass, and they don't mind having that bend don't break style. But we're going to find out. So they're on second and not very far to the halfway line, but we'll see.
You just catch the glare there off the sun. Unfortunately, nothing we can do about that, but doing our best for you. And it is another complete pass and a big gain for Chorley as they pick up the first down. Great play for them.
That's Sandy Lever again, and you can see in this replay. Pressure's on, and he just dumps it off.
Yeah, doing great work there as he crosses over.
And great athleticism from a guy of his size. He's obviously, we're still talking about these 14 to 16.5-year-olds. But
yes,
he's
very much so. Doing a wonderful job. Just actually looked at the pizza box. It's a spicy hot one, so I think they've done it as a joke. Oh, and it's a pick by the East Kilbride Pirates, and it looks like Matt Black again, and he might well go all the way. Not quite sure. They're going to call it as a touchdown. No, they are going to call him no good. Short on that. But a great play by Matt Black. We'll see if we can catch that on the replay there.
It's that man again, Sandy Lever, making that crucial tackle.
Wonderful read by
Holding.
Matt Black.
Offense. Penalty is declined. Turnover. Ball will be placed at the 1 yard line. That's also the 2-minute warning.
And that is the
2-minute warning.
As you heard there, the 2-minute warning from the official. And a great spot for East Kilbride, and this may well cross into a burger. And
yeah.
I am hungry.
Well, yeah, if you're not hungry for pizza, I'm sure you can have one of the burgers that may be about to appear on your screen. It's going to be, well, it's not the game we thought it would be. We thought Chorley would be slightly more in this, but again, you said before the game, this is one of the best narratives of today. East Kilbride Pirates coming in 8th seed, storming their way through the first 2 games, and their biggest win could be in this final.
Every time you walk out on that field, you have the opportunity to win. It is a flag. I would assume from this distance, false start, as the official does the combine harvester dance.
False start, 42 on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
It's just going to give you an update on the injury from earlier. Number 89 is now sat up and joking, so thankfully it does appear as if he's not in
he's not in as much pain anymore.
That may well be. I thought it was gas and air, but there is a dog, so dogs do the same job. They make people happy. Oh, and that was a clobbering hit there. And there's a flag, well, 2 flags, 3 flags even. As you see there was a clobbering hit from one of the defensive players coming in. And we just saw, and there you go, what a monster. Don't quite get a number on it.
2 flags through.
See what the flags are for.
And that's number 99 now hobbling off the pitch.
Oh.
So many injuries being picked up here for the Chorley Buccaneers. That's the man who put in that big hit as well.
Yeah, an absolutely thunderous hit.
Bounces off his helmet, through his hands, then onto the floor.
Came in like a cannonball.
Was that a pirate pun? No, as we said
Pass
earlier.
interference, defence. Ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
Well,
there you go.
And it's all but scored. They've got 3 attempts now from 2 yards. Obviously, it is possible for them not to score, but from the precision
There's a
they've had
pass.
today.
Oh, and another big hit. You have to give it to the Chorley defence, despite the score. They've never given up. And again, you see the ferocity that they can play with, and really what they've maybe lacked throughout today. But just showing that we are still there.
It's also, again, maybe I'm too friendly for this sport, but it's nice to see the players shaking hands as they got stood up. I think it's always good to reinforce that whilst they are competing and they are enemies on the pitch, not enemies outside of the game. Buccaneers now with their 3rd attempt at this goal line.
Pirates' 3rd attempt, and that is a flag on the play. Again, has he?
Right at the snap, false start, 50 on the offence. 5-yard penalty, replay second down.
1 step forward, 2 steps back. Now he said replay second down. I've got that as 3rd, but I will trust the official. So we'll see if they can get it in on this play.
So now from 7 yards, they have their original 3 tries again. They're roughly back in the same spot that we started about 2 minutes ago. So this clock is winding down, remember, and I'm going to put it out there and say it's too late for what happens with East Kilbride on this.
And that is caught, I think, from the distance. Let's see if we can.
I think
trying to get a replay there. I think
the side judge actually ruled that incomplete, but
we'll see. It is difficult to see from our angle, that's for sure. He does bobble it as he goes down, and it looks like we're on 3rd down now. 3rd and a fair way to go. Set a fairway, 7 yards or so.
And whilst these Kilbride Pirates don't need this, they would like that 50 points.
And that is another pass and another drop, and that will bring up 4th down for those Pirates.
I'd hazard a guess at saying that this, barring another amazing pick by one of the Black brothers possibly, this could be their last attempt to get that 50 burger. Right, hit his hand and then straight onto the floor.
We should probably not assume that they're brothers because of
we probably should.
Our director's just said that he thinks he's read somewhere that they're twins, but
that throws all blame off us if we're wrong then.
That does, yeah. Thanks, Tom Howe. Tom Howe there with perhaps factually incorrect.
Just promise we're not throwing anyone under the bus today. Probably under the ship.
And another deep ball, and it is a grab, and it is a score for the East Kilbride Pirates, and that will put them over that 50 mark. East Kilbride Pirates currently sat 51 to Chorley's 22. And what a wonderful grab again here. Youth football, youth teams really showing athleticism. And it was 43 for the Pirates. Matt Long that time getting the score. And a really nice effort bringing it in.
That second foot drop was filthy, in my words. So going for the 1 point conversion here. Obviously, as I said, I don't think they're looking to pile on the points because they've already got quite a substantial lead.
A nice snap, and it's broken up really well by the defence, so that will be no good as Chorley Buccaneers take over next. So as we are in the 2-minute warning, who would you put your money on?
I think today a lot of the East Kilbride Pilots have shown up. Obviously, most credit has to go to Greg Black. He's scored, what, 4 now? But some amazing athletic catches.
I think he's got 3. He's had 1 return. So
that's correct. Yeah.
No, he has had an absolutely fantastic day, and I would put him in that boat as well. Although Chorley Buccaneers Tyler Harvey Fallows is really impressed as well with a sack and a touchdown as well. So.
I think defensively you have to give it to Jordan McSorley. He's been causing the problems the entire game, and he's actually on the pitch right now. We'll see if he's able to affect it. He's causing some pressure.
Nice grab there.
You can see the swag by just walking off screen, number 30. In the 30s. He's got 2 supreme armbands on, so he's definitely rocking some serious American football swag. Number 37 there.
Even at youth age, they've got style. Still nothing on me rocking a cowboy hat. And he looks to get a pass off, but is incomplete. To apologise on the screen, your down marker is incorrect. It is 3rd down coming up.
And as I said, I don't think it's unfair to say that Chorley are now playing for pride, looking to get some of those points back on the board, try and make it look a little bit more even.
Oh, I think it would be fantastic to see if they can get another score on today.
Normally, I'd quite like to say that the score doesn't reflect necessarily how the teams have played, but I feel like it does. East Kilbride Pirates have really, really shown up in this finals game.
Yeah, they have. They've stepped up well, and they've just see what this whistle is out on the field.
Just another small delay for you all watching at home.
If you are
right at the snap, encroachment 37 on the offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
If you are just joining us again, you are coming into the last minute or so of football. The reason we're a little bit far away from the field is we had an injury delay that caused the teams to move fields. We're not currently able to move fields with all our camera equipment, so we are filming from afar but doing our best for you as he puts up a lofted pass, incomplete, to bring up a Chorley Buccaneers 4th down.
And I think that East Kilbride Pirates have recognised that they're in control, and they've taken some of their starting players off. They've actually taken off Jordan McSorley, and they've replaced him with Hayden Van Henton, who's doing an equally good job.
Apparently there was a cowboy hat in shot, but I missed that, so we'll,
you have a friend out there somewhere.
I might have a friend out there somewhere.
Buccaneers looking to get the best from this last 30-40 seconds or so.
Hopefully they can move this ball, see if they can do anything.
See the Scottish swag in the background being repped. High snap, but taken well by number 17.
Oh, and that is a high ball as he looks, and it is incomplete. And that will put the Pirates in a 1st down situation, although hands have gone up to say it might be the end of the game. We'll just wait to hear.
Will he push that ball up? Yes, he will.
So with that final whistle, that leaves us East Kilbride 51, Chorley Buccaneers 22. East Kilbride, the number 8, coming in to final day to win out as national champions of the Youth League 2018. In one moment, we will be heading down to the sideline to join myself and James down there, out in the sun. Join us after this.
So you join us back down here on the sideline where we will shortly have the presentation of the Brit Ball trophy. Again, you join myself, George Lees and James Ramsey out here in the sun. Again, for those who didn't join us at the start of the game, I am wearing a hat because I'm losing my hair quite substantially. It's been a long day, the sun is shining, and I don't want to get any more burnt than I already am.
No, it's completely understandable. It's been a very long day, and it's better to protect yourself.
Thank you. It's been a very enjoyable day, though.
Yes.
So if you have joined us throughout this day, you will have seen some wonderful games of football. We had 2 live streams of finals. We had the plate final, which, of course, the Birmingham Lions won out against the East Kent Mavericks with quite a substantial score, 44-6. An absolute dominant performance from them. And as you can see on your screen, East Kilbride Pirates getting a burger. 51-22 against the Chorley Buccaneers, and the story there, really, the East Kilbride Pirates, the number 8 seed coming into today, into the Britball finals, beating out the number 2 seed Chorley Buccaneers in what was an absolutely dominant performance from them.
Yeah, obviously, we were talking about this fairy tale storyline that they'd win, and they romped it, really. It was supposed to be closer. I think in my head it was definitely going to be closer. I thought Chorley were going to come out explosively in the first half. They just looked like, well, they looked like a team that hadn't come ready for this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we said at the start, Chorley, a team that has had the highest powered offense in youth football this year, with scoring over 400 points in 12 games, and that's an impressive feat at any level, I think. And the number 2 ranked defence. But East Kilbride really determined, great travelling squad, and well, you can see from that scoreline, and if you watch the game, a well-deserved win from them.
Yeah, they never really looked like they were out of it, really. They never looked like they were going to lose. They always looked like they were in control, both on offense and defense. And I think the mistakes really were made entirely by the Buccaneers. They didn't seem to be able to have a good spell. They had good drives, but they never had a good set of drives. They had 1 or 2 here and there.
Yeah, absolutely. But they did show that they can play some strong youth football, and I'm sure that will serve the Buccaneers academy moving forward very, very well, with their junior team currently playing Division 2 football at the junior level. East Kilbride, obviously, as we've said, playing the junior semi-finals next week, and with some of the ballers that they've got out there today, I think their junior programme and actually the East Kilbride programme as a whole is going to do very, very well over the next few years. And you can just see behind us the Chorley Buccaneers coming through to receive their medals, their awards. Unfortunate second place for them, but I think that's a great achievement still.
No, definitely. I mean, I also have a runners-up medal at home from when the NTU Renegades came second in their playoff games against. I think it was against a Welsh team, Swansea. Yeah.
It was Swansea. I went down to witness that game, but they had an absolutely great effort. You cannot fault that for sure. Injuries really plagued them through that game.
Yeah.
A couple of key players, I think it's fair to say, went down as well. But never gave up. 3 games in, an hour and a half of football minutes, and here they are. Yeah.
Extended even longer because of the injuries. I think the real thing to take away from this is that some of the players were going down, hurting themselves, and being able to drive through it. And you can hear behind us now the cheering.
You can hear it behind us as the East Kilbride get ready to pick up their. We can't actually. I turn around and I can't quite see from the from the sun blaring down. They are just prepping, and I can see Ross Hewitt and Verity Amber on there, just sorting the medals out.
They're just doing a trophy presentation to the Chorley Buccaneers for their well-earned second place.
Yeah, absolutely, and as we've said, and they had some great athletes. That's for sure. They had Temple. That coin to Temple connection was wonderful. He's such an athletic receiver. As we can now look behind us, and you've got the East Kilbride Pirates, thoroughly deserved youth champions this year, receiving their medals as one of them walks over with the Caledonian flag, and rightly so. Not just representing youth football, but representing the Scottish nation as well. You are, of course, from Scottish origin.
Graduated in the kilt. It's been very impressive to see the English team and the Scottish team today, but it makes it even sweeter for me to be here today to witness the Scottish champion. And you can see the smiles on all the lads' faces. They know they've done a good job today, and they know they've really brought it home.
It will definitely make that trip up to Hamilton all the more shorter. I'm sure an enjoyable trip they will have.
Well, the team bus home is going to be rocking. I
yes, yeah. Many fast food restaurants will be eaten at. Of course, we can't name any for
no.
Of course, no rum for those Pirates, as they are all under 18.
Yes. Well, that's on a serious note, that's what makes this game so special, is that they are younger players. They're developing the game. They're becoming champions.
They are, absolutely. And big cheers as the trophy is handed over there. to our thoroughly deserved champions. Really proving it doesn't matter what seed you come in, it doesn't matter what kind of year you've had. The moment you step on that field, you have the opportunity to be a great team, and they have proven that today. They are just raising that trophy.
Oh, look at it. It's a brilliant accomplishment for all these boys, and it's worth mentioning that it was number 50, Greg Black, who ended up receiving the man of the match ball there. MVP even.
Yeah, played an absolutely outstanding game, an interception and a touchdown as well. So a great play, and I think that's a great call, really. It could have gone to a number of players, to be fair, on both sides. But no, I think Greg Black, number 50, a great call from the BAFA committee to give him that MVP award.
And it's just another example of how strong these unit of lads are. But there are players on the losing team who could have won the MVP award. They were just putting their heart and soul into the entire game.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not quite sure that any of the coaches will be wanting to talk to us today. So we will allow those guys to get prepped and head back home to East Kilbride. It is a very, very long journey, and I'm sure they are waiting to get gone. You might just hear behind us the ambulance reversing for the injured player of today's game. We do believe it's just a knee injury, and hopefully he will recover with great haste.
But it's been a beautiful day, and it's a nice way to end it with a brilliant celebration, and I think it's only bright for the future of youth American football.
Yeah, absolutely. Some great talent out here today. Hopefully a great future for a great many of these young players out there. We've seen it from across all 16 teams that turned up, from the Plate finals to the Brit Ball final itself. Across, well, any team, I think, have all shown that they've got potential, all got athletes, and I think it's been a great advertisement for youth football in the UK, and hopefully youth and junior football in the UK heading forward as well. Coming up on Onside, it's worth mentioning, as we've already done, we have coverage of the Birmingham Lions team. They are hosting an international tournament at the end of the month. I believe the 31st of August to the 2nd of September. That will be hosted down in Birmingham, but we will be bringing you all the coverage of that. We look forward to be doing that as well. That will be another great advertisement for a growing sector of the British game. You got anything else to add, James?
I think I've said it all. I think it's been a great day, ended in a great way, and I think we're ready to say goodbye.
So, thank you for joining ourselves here today. Thank you, James.
Thank you, George.
Thank you to all the staff at Onside Productions. We've had Sean Endicott on the camera. We've had the man named Shane in the van working our replays. Tom Howe, of course, our director, and Alex Campbell on our broadcast camera. And from me, George Lees, goodbye.
Goodbye.